Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to another video talking about Tapforms 5 for iOS and Mac. Today we are on iPadOS and we're updating a previous video where I used shortcuts to do a QR code scanner to create a new record within Tapforms. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take that same script, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a share sheet option so that any text inside of iOS can easily go to Tapforms and you can process that and create it. So to recap, this is our shipping form. It's inside of our YouTube demo database. Inside of this, there was a script called deliver shipment. All the script did was it created a brand new record in this form, which again is our shipment form. It got the contents of the clipboard. It set that, put the clipboard contents into this particular field, which was actually our tracking number field. It also, there was a receive date field as well. We're going to set the value of that to be the current date. That's what that new date does. We have a document.save all changes, so we tell Tapforms, hey, we made changes, save them for us. We return the value of the clipboard and we hit deliver shipment. We're going to copy the script link. And we're going to do this so that we can, when we go into shortcuts, we're going to need this to be able to tell shortcuts, hey, run this script. So let's hit cancel on this, jump back out, and we hit over to shortcuts. I'm going to create a brand new shortcut. This shortcut we're going to call deliver shipment via share sheet. We'll hit enter on that. We're going to hit the information icon over here and we're going to tick the box for show in share sheet. That's going to automatically add a little bar there. We're also going to tick use as quick action. If you're using iCloud and you're syncing your shortcuts via iCloud, when this syncs to your Mac, this will create a new quick action on the Mac that allows you to launch Tapforms in much the same way. Caveat obviously is that you need to have sent the same document via the share document feature either to your iPad or from your iPad to the Mac. So long as it's the same document ID, this DB ID, this shortcut will work identically on both iPadOS, iOS, and macOS. And I think that's pretty cool. We're going to do one quick change here for this is if there's no input, what we're just going to do is going to grab the clipboard. And this will help us with debugging so that we don't have to necessarily use any input. We can just fall back to the clipboard. We're going to need to copy our shortcut input to the clipboard. Hit copy to clipboard. So if we get it from a share sheet or a quick action, we're going to put it on the clipboard. We're going to URL encode the text. We're then going to need to tell shortcuts the link that we got before. So this is the script link. So when we hit copy script link, this is what it put on our clipboard for us. So it says this is a Tapforms URL, run a script. This is our unique database identifier, which is for the document. This is the form for the shipment, and then our script is deliver shipment. Pretty straightforward. Last but not least, we need to tell shortcuts that we want to open a callback. It's automatically going to set that up for us with the text that we just put in. And at this point, we're ready to give it a spin. Now, we need some text to use. Here's a shipping ID I prepared earlier. Let's just copy that. We're going to jump back into shortcuts. We're going to make sure that this works. So we're going to hit run. We're going to say allow deliver shipment via share sheet to open Tapforms. We're going to hit allow on that. Tapforms would like to paste from shortcuts. So this is our script grabbing the clipboard. We're going to hit allow paste on that. And now when we hit on shipping, we can see that our tracking number is there. We're going to update and we're going to say demo time 1 because we're going to do this a couple of times. Because when we go back to shortcuts, we're going to notice two things. One, this last step here is highlighted green. and up here we've still got the stop icon. Shortcuts still thinks this is running. So to fix this, we're going to have to hit stop here, go back to tap forms, and we're going to hit run a script again. We're going to edit our script, and we're going to add some code. Now, when we call into a tap form script from shortcuts, we have a special variable called parameters set, and inside of that is this thing called x-success. Now, x-success, and there's also two others, x-failure and x-cancelled. These are special URLs that shortcuts adds and tells tap forms and says, hey, when you're done, if you worked, great, call x-success. So what we're going to do is utils.openURL parameters x-success. Now, this little snippet of code here with the if statement basically guards and says, if this is set, then do this. Otherwise, it's not actually going to do anything for us. And that's sort of defensively coding so that if we're running it through shortcuts, it should work properly. If we're not, it'll not trigger that code. So this time we're going to hit run again. I'm going to jump back into shortcuts. It's going to ask us if we want to allow the paste. I'm going to click allow paste. Tap forms is again going to ask us now if we want to leave. Now before, when we hit allow paste, we just saved and it was done. Now it's going, hey, this address leads you to an external application. In this case, it's shortcuts. Would you like to continue? We're going to hit continue, yes. We can see just shortly that open text with callback was green and then faded away. And now we can see that the play button's back at the top. If we go back into tap forms, we'll have to refresh the list. And you can see here that demo time 2. We can see that we have the new record that we just created. Now, the challenge with this is that when we completed it, it dropped us here in the shortcuts. So let's fix that as well. So what we're going to do is in our shortcut, we're going to do an open app. And then what we're going to do is select tap forms 5. So when we select tap forms, it'll reopen the tap forms app automatically for us. When you come to the Mac, the first time you run this on the Mac, it might go, hey, I don't know what a tap forms is, because there isn't an iOS app, essentially. You need to just go in and select tap forms. It may work automatically for you. You may have to just select the tap forms app on your Mac the first time through, but once you've done that, this shortcut should work for iPadOS, iOS, and macOS all at the same time, which again, I think is pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to hit run on this. We've got that same tap forms we like to paste from shortcuts. Let's hit allow paste. Tap forms is now asking us, do you want to leave tap forms? We're going to hit continue because we're going to complete this action over shortcuts. And you can see we just bounced through shortcuts and then came immediately back to tap forms. We're going to hit back, we're going to refresh, and we can see that we've got yet another entry here. And we're going to update that one to be demo time 3, so we can see that we did this 3 different times. Pretty cool. Last but not least, let's do the demo here. Let's hit share. And so now we have deliver shipment via share sheet, and it doesn't work properly. Now, I've been running into this a little bit. I haven't quite figured it out, but from time to time, clicking on these links doesn't work properly. Yeah, you can see that none of these actually plays nicely. Save to Dropbox, save to files. There's something quirky happening with iOS. I noticed this most particularly during development. Once I got this up and running, this became less of an issue. I haven't quite figured out how to work around it. Eventually it goes away. But sadly, that's the end of our demo. Let's see. We'll just try it one more time. Nope. So this is roughly how we would create a new shortcut. Shows up in the share sheet. On the Mac, it'll show up in your services. you can then copy that to the clipboard and encode that, and then add that into Tapforms and automatically create a record. Hopefully this was useful to you. Hopefully this was informative. If it was, give me a like. If it wasn't, give me a dislike and leave a comment. If you have any questions on how this came together, leave a comment as well. If you're interested in this video and many more, hit subscribe. I publish on an ad hoc basis. I do have a follow-up for this one because you'll notice each time we run this, allow paste, we're going to duplicate the shipment record. So each time we run it, there's one. We'll do it one more time. Allow paste. Continue. And we'll refresh this. We can see we've got two. So I'm going to do a follow-up video where I cover how we can look for these duplicates using my script manager tools. We're also going to start looking at the next evolution of this as well, where we're going to take from my demo here, I have a shipment from Linus Tech Tips. So we have a shipment on the way. So we've got a shipping notification, we have an out for delivery notification, and then we have a delivered notification. So in a later video, what I'm going to cover is how we can take this share sheet that we've created, and then we're going to add a prompter inside of Tapforms, and that's going to tell us which field we want to select. And we're going to do through the entire workflow, as well as the ability to override the date. So if you don't hit that subscribe button, you may miss those videos. So click subscribe now. And thank you for listening. Happy Tapformsing.